Morning everyone, I am on day 20 I think it is of press ups and I have no time today. I'm going off one 24-hour shift onto another. I come off for 5 hours and that really made me start to think about the time, how a lot of us throw it away, don't realise what we've got. So if you were 40 today, you've lived for 14,600 days, double that, and that tells you then obviously that's how many days you've got left. And we keep saying that we've got all the time in the world. So if I said to you, oh yeah, you've only got 14,000 days left to live, what are you going to do with that time? And you put that as even more of ridiculous numbers, that's 350,400 hours I think it works out, something like that. Okay, you don't have time, we don't have time. Okay, Noel Gallagher said it took him 5 minutes to write one of the most famous songs in the world because he just went downstairs and just wrote. Time we live by everything. The only time is a human concept. Okay, nobody, none of the planets, none of the animals, nothing. No one else is like, oh, it's 3:15, or you know, it's just us. We've made this thing, and it puts pressure on us to achieve, and it puts pressure on us to do everything. Everything's done by time. Traffic lights, how long till they go over? How many hours and minutes of your life have you wasted sitting in front of a red light? Time is the old army thing. Is time is ammo, ammo is time. And if you don't waste it, so you have to look at that concept all the time. You work from 9 to 5, that's 8 hours a day at £10, you know, £10 an hour, that equates to £19,000 a year. That's what your life's worth to some people. I know you've got millionaires out there doing whatever you're doing, but then you look at it, that's £19,000, that's the money that you're getting paid to do things for somebody else, to make somebody else successful. So look at the time that you're not doing your free time. So let's say you're working them 8 hours a day, there's still 16 hours where you're not doing anything. That's 8 hours sleep, you've still got 8 hours spare there. So you imagine now, you've got 8 hours spare, you're earning £19,000 a year from working for 8, you can double that money by doing something for yourself and make that money. Yeah, time is what we measure everything off. Look at planet Earth. We measure everything off time. Oh, everything. I can't be there, I'll see you in a bit. We all go to work at the same time. We measure ourselves off our birthdays. We measure ourselves off death. Oh, look at what you achieved in a short amount of time. Yeah, you've got to do something with that. You've got to make your day. So like I've got, I'm off from 10 till, I've got just left work now at 10 and I've got to be back in work at 3. So I've got, what am I going to do with that now? I'm going to do some dancing when I get home with my children, colouring in, and kiss me missus, hug her. Okay, I'm not going to waste that, because having spent so much time away from my family, I understand how valuable it is. Now, if my phone shuts off, it's just because obviously I can't do anything with it. Now it's weird, isn't it? Because it takes 1 second to make that decision to kill yourself. 1 second and you're done. Just think what you can achieve with that. You could write a beautiful song this Friday, but if you choose to not be here today, you'll never achieve that goal because you're too focused on the moment now, instead of looking into that future and think, what can I do with this? Think of that £19,000 of extra 8 hours that you're not utilising. Yeah? Think about that 8 hours as time with your children. What can you do with that? And if you haven't got children, think about those time you could create them. Yeah? You are the master of your own destiny. You write your own story. You write your own song. And I was so upset sometimes because other people change it for us, you know. You get a knock on the door and someone says your marriage is over, you get told you got a redundancy. And that really hurts, but you don't have time to mess about, ladies and gentlemen. Just think, at the moment when someone says to you that 1 second you can have the job, or 2, they could say, yeah, you've won the contract, or whatever it is that you want to do, you know, don't waste a second killing yourself. Just don't waste that second. Time is ammo, ammo is time. Time is life. Okay, life is time. What are you going to do with it? Everything you look at and see has been made by somebody else. They had an idea, split second, oh, I'm going to do this. And they turned it. You know, look, think of the shops, Debenhams, think of all these things. They were created by a person. They just turn up. We're living in houses that are 100 years old. We're travelling on roads that are 1,000 years old. We're using the NHS that's been built for something that wasn't designed for the amount of people that are here. And it was all someone's idea. I know, what about this? What about that? You're staring at your phone all the time. That is time wasted. Got flicked onto your screen. Flick across and it tells you how much time you'll spend today on your mobile phone. Ironic that I'm talking to you on it. I'm sorry about that. All right, but sometimes you got to think to yourself, how much time am I spending staring at this thing? Telling the kids, go and playing your iPad. Teaching our children, teaching everyone we know and love to go and do nothing. Go and learn to do nothing. You know, give them a pen and paper. Give them something and say, colour that in and sit with him. Because there's going to be a moment when that clock, what you pass through, there's a moment in a year, there is a day and a time that you will die. You have a birth date and you are unaware of what date that is that you're going to pass through. And you've got to take advantage of that now and say, I'm going to push on and push on and push on. All right? Think about how people were greedy when they thought they were going to lose the toilet roll and the pasta. They grabbed it. All right? If you are 40, you've got 14,600 days until you're 80 years old. That's all you got left. And I did 40 because you can divide that into 4 and figure out if you're 30 now and you're 20 now. So if I said you've only got 14,600 days left, you've only got them on, and you're going to lose 7 of them this time next week. 14,000 every week. You say, oh my God, that number's less. What are you going to do with it? All right, don't waste it. And certainly don't give it away. 14,600 days at £19,000 a year. Look at the money you could be making with that 8 hours spare, and look at the fun you could be having with all that time. And do not focus your life on that negative, because that's 14,600 days of thinking about that something happened 20 years ago. Get help, talk to me, talk to anyone you want, but don't waste those 14,600 days if you're 40. I'm 47, I've got less than that. So I've got to make sure that I fill those days with joy and happiness. All right? If you're not enjoying what you're doing, change it. Sell up, go small, and enjoy. Do not become a slave to your wage. And those 14,600 days are ticking down. All right? So smash it out, people. Obviously, I can't do my press-ups because there's nothing in the highway code that says I can. So when I get home, I will put them on turbo and attach them to this video. All right? Mondays are horrible days for some people. A lot of people commit suicide on a Monday because they can't handle the rest of the week. Okay, and Fridays, they're the 2 biggest days because they'll drink alcohol and they'll use that as an excuse, and the plans they'll put into place. I'm going to do it this Friday. Look at the life, look at the time you will put into planning you not being here, and you could have put that into doing something completely different, making somebody happy, making yourself happy. You're stuck in a situation that is so easily fixable. All right, because it just means communicating. Talk to me and we'll sort it. All right, you've all got my number on there. You've all got some amazing people on here doing stuff. Don't waste a moment, ladies and gents. Okay? And children, you know, tell them as well. There's your clock. Don't think how old you are. Think of what you've got left. And suddenly life becomes a little bit different.